Welcome back to the Void to Voice series, and I wanted to do a bit of a continuation of yesterday's video where I talked about a passage from an Alan Watts book that I'm reading, and it was about how the world doesn't truly begin or end and how life moves more like a circle than a straight line. I just want to follow on from that today and bring it down into the body, into the nervous system, and making it relevant for our everyday life. Because this understanding isn't just philosophical, it's really regulating. I noticed when I read it for the first time that my body just naturally relaxed. It just soothes something very deep within us. And then it got me thinking about the chaos of the world, and sometimes the chaos within our everyday lives. And when we believe that everything is fragile, temporary, and constantly at risk of falling apart, the body stays braced for impact. And when we look at the world, and if we watch the news and the state of humanity, what's happening in different countries, and then in our own lives, our relationships, our own emotions that come up, and all of the personal ups and downs of being human, it can all feel quite chaotic. But when this deeper knowing is remembered, that life itself is not rushing towards an ending, something in us just really softens, and the nervous system begins to realise, I don't have to hold everything together, and I don't have to solve the problems of the world. And this perspective doesn't make us detached or ignorant. It doesn't mean that we stop caring, being empathic. But what it does do is just gently place us easily back in the seat of the observer, the one who is having the experience, rather than being completely swept up by it. And as we know, thoughts arise, emotions arise and move, and situations change, and nothing actually stays the same. And we are aware of them. And as you notice on this video, it's a time lapse of the fire, and the wood gets consumed and breaks down, and the fire's, flames become higher. But it's a constant movement. The fire doesn't stay the same, constantly changing. And so, whatever is happening for you right now, something unfolding, something ending, something uncertain. Maybe you're facing a personal challenge. Maybe there's grief, worry. This too shall pass. Not in a dismissive way, and not just in a just be positive way, but in the same way that the clouds move across the sky, the wood on the fire gets burnt and is reduced to a different form of ashes. Life just moves. And we're not just passive observers in this hologram that we call life. As humans, we are both receivers and transmitters. We receive experience, And we are constantly transmitting energy, emotion, belief, intention. And what we transmit subtly, quietly, consistently with our energy is reflected back to us. And this is just about being aware. It's not about blaming or judging. And as you probably know, two people can live through the same event and have completely different experiences and inner realities of that event. Not because one is right and the other is wrong, but because perception shapes experience. And this remembering gives us a choice. A choice in how we meet life. A choice in what energy we decide consciously to amplify into our experience. And a choice in what we feed with our attention. So, personally for me, I never watch the news. And that's a choice. I choose not to feed my attention with that. You're allowed to be your fully human self. It's normal to feel all of the feels on this spectrum of emotions, from deep fear, grief, worry, anger, all the way up to immense joy. And it's normal to wobble and to question. It's what makes us innately human. And you're also something much wider than any one chapter in your life. So whatever is happening for you right now, just hold it gently. Just allow it to be. Not resisting, not trying to force false positivity, but just know that it's moving, and your awareness on it actually helps it to move through with ease, as there's no resistance to it, there's no bracing. And life itself is not in a hurry. It just is unfolding moment by moment. And as we've said many times before, the now moment is the only moment that exists. And within that moment is just pure aliveness. And the more that we can drop in here, the more we experience the beauty, the diversity, the whole spectrum of the experience happens through us.